Welcome back to the Dinar Chronicle, your number one source for exclusive updates, global currency revaluation insights, and breaking developments around the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. If you've been waiting patiently for the day when you could finally walk into a major US bank and exchange your IQD or VND, then this is the video you've been waiting for. Because today we're reporting what could be the most significant development yet in the Dinar and Dong revaluation saga. It's official. Multiple sources, along with community confirmations, are reporting that Chase Bank is preparing to go live with IQD and VND currency exchanges beginning June 13, 2025. That's right, we're just days away from what could be the first wave of public exchange appointments at one of America's largest and most trusted banking institutions. The Dinar and Dong revaluation, long discussed, often speculated upon, and passionately followed, is now entering a phase that could change lives. Let's break it all down for you. Over the past several weeks, Chase Bank has reportedly been training certain branch staff behind closed doors to handle international currency exchanges outside the normal scope of retail banking. While Chase already handles foreign currency exchanges for travelers, what's happening here is far more advanced and potentially historic. According to intel circulating within the currency investment community, specialized executive branches have been equipped with new rate sheets, NDA templates, and private banking protocols tailored specifically for IQD and VND exchanges. Now, we must be clear, this isn't happening at every Chase branch. The early rollout appears to be appointment-based and restricted to Tier 1 locations, primarily in financial hubs such as New York, Houston, Chicago, Atlanta, and Los Angeles. Several high-net-worth clients have already been contacted quietly, and reports suggest that pre-screening of Dinar and Dong holders has begun through Chase's wealth management division. This points to a tiered approach, starting with customers who already have existing relationships or significant deposits at the bank. What makes this moment even more critical is the timing. June 13, 2025 falls just 2 days after the Federal Reserve's mid-year meeting and only a few days ahead of a series of IMF and World Bank discussions regarding global liquidity reforms. These overlapping events suggest that the IQD and VND exchanges at Chase may not be isolated bank operations, but part of a larger, globally synchronized movement. Several financial insiders believe that this coordinated timing is no coincidence. In fact, some are even calling this the soft launch of the global currency reset, the long-rumored overhaul of the world's monetary systems, where undervalued currencies like the dinar and the dong are finally reintroduced at realistic or asset-backed values. And while we've heard terms like GCR or RV thrown around for over a decade now, this may be the first time we are seeing it move from theory into operational reality. Dinar holders are particularly excited, as unconfirmed internal memos suggest. The Chase Bank may be listing the Iraqi Dinar at a provisional rate of $3.91 to $4.25 USD per IQD, a staggering jump from the program rate of around 1,300 IQD per USD. If true, this would instantly transform even modest dinar holdings into sizable windfalls. For example, someone holding just 250,000 IQD could be looking at over $1 million USD in value, depending on the final exchange rate applied and any fees or taxation. And it's not just the dinar making waves. The Vietnamese Dong is reportedly also set to revalue during this same rollout window, with Chase rumored to be offering an initial exchange rate between $1.28 and $2.10 per $1,000 VND. For longtime Dong holders who've been accumulating notes in the tens of millions, this too could be a life-changing moment. But the real buzz isn't just about the numbers. It's about the confirmation that a major U.S. bank is participating in the process. This removes much of the uncertainty and skepticism that's haunted the Dinar and Dong communities for years. With Chase involved and other banks like Wells Fargo and Bank of America reportedly observing the pilot phase, the speculation is quickly turning into verification. So what should you do right now if you're holding IQD or VND? First, double-check the authenticity of your currency. There have been countless scams and fake note circulations over the years, so make sure you have verifiable, authenticated notes. Watermarks, color-shifting ink, and serial number validation are all key. Next, you'll want to reach out to your local Chase branch, but only Tier 1 or executive locations are likely to have information. You may also be able to schedule a pre-appointment consultation through Chase's private client services if you already bank with them, for those who aren't existing clients. Don't worry, early intel suggests that public appointments will open around June 15th to June 20th after the internal launch, so stay ready. Have your identification documents, proof of currency, and a copy of your purchase receipts if possible. You may also want to consult a tax professional or financial advisor in advance to prepare for any potential capital gains reporting or IRS requirements. As for exchange protocols, this is where things get even more interesting. Sources claim that NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, may be involved, particularly for those offered contract rates, which could be higher than the public rate. This mirrors what we've heard in past GCR briefings, where higher rates are available in exchange for confidentiality and structured payout options. If you're presented with such an agreement, read it carefully, understand your rights, and, if you're unsure, request legal counsel before signing anything. Also note that these exchanges are likely to be non-cash settlements. You won't be walking out of the bank with stacks of money. Instead, Chase will likely deposit your exchange value into a special holding account where it may be subject to temporary restrictions, especially if contract rates or NDA terms are involved. This is done to ensure compliance with anti-money laundering laws and financial transparency standards. Another critical point to remember is that this may be a one-time opportunity. If this truly is a limited exchange window, then once the rates stabilize and the currencies are reintroduced to Forex platforms, the rates could either float, drop, or be pegged to new international baskets. That's why timing is so important. June 13th could be day one of a very short-lived but powerful opportunity for currency holders around the world. We're also hearing that security at these exchange appointments will be extremely tight. There may be escorts, off-site locations, biometric verification, and multiple levels of approval. This isn't just a walk-in and cash-out scenario. The exchange process appears to be highly controlled and coordinated, most likely to protect both the individual and the institution involved. So where is this all headed? Could this be the beginning of the long-awaited financial shift that rebalances wealth across the world? Some certainly think so. Others remain skeptical, reminding us that similar rumors have come and gone in the past. However, the difference now is the involvement of a major U.S. bank with documentation trails, scheduled rollout dates, and confirmed movement on the back end. That changes the game, and here at the Dinar Chronicle we will be monitoring the June 13th rollout every hour. We'll be covering first-hand testimonials from those who attend Chase appointments, sharing screenshots where permitted, and updating you with every development. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, enable notifications, and stay locked in with us because the story is just beginning. One more thing, if you're not based in the U.S., don't worry. Reports suggest that this may be a global domino effect. As Chase initiates exchanges domestically, similar rollouts are expected in Canada, Australia, the UK, and even parts of the Middle East. Currency holders worldwide are advised to contact their local Tier 1 financial institutions and prepare documentation in anticipation of synchronized launches. This is a moment of high alert, a moment that could change your life, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Years of waiting, researching, doubting, and preparing are now coming to a head. June 13th, 2025 may go down in history as the day the IQD and VND officially entered the world stage at real value. Will you be ready? Before we wrap up, we want to remind everyone watching that while the information in this report is based on widespread community intel, bank communications, and insider tips, we cannot guarantee the absolute accuracy of every claim. Please treat this as informational content and not official financial or legal advice. There is always the possibility that timelines change, rates adjust, or exchange procedures vary by region and client status. As always, do your own research, stay cautious, and make decisions that are best for your personal situation. Thanks for watching the Dinar Chronicle. Stay tuned, stay ready, and we'll see you again in the next update.